Hey, what's up, YouTube? Like I said, I was going to start doing daily vlogs. Well, yeah, I got my hat with me today. Since I really couldn't think of anything really to talk about right off the top of my head, I told myself, since I said and promised, I said it on air, I'd be doing daily vlogs until we can get my real passion up and going, which I'll get to that in a minute. I just couldn't think of anything I wanted to talk about today, but I promised you guys, whoever's out there listening, that I'd be doing daily vlogs. Well, here we go. So I figured, since I couldn't think of anything to talk about right off the top of my head, I just think out loud, see what comes of it. Alright, well, I guess really the thing that I've been thinking about the most is, because like I said, alright, here's a little bit of backstory about me, because I didn't really give any. I grew up real poor. I mean, really poor. I grew up 25 miles, and really isolated too. Really isolated. I grew up like 25 miles from the nearest point of civilization. I mean, way out there in the sticks. Way out yonder. Well, you kind of have to make your own amusement when you live out that far. And my parents, God bless them, I know we were struggling at the time. I know we were struggling at the time. Well, I know now we were struggling at the time. Didn't back then. I was just a youngin'. But, they always made sure I had whatever I wanted. They always really tried really hard, and God bless them for it. Is that something on the wall? Oh, that's that. I just noticed that. Anyway, my thing was always video games. I've been a die-hard gamer ever since I was a little kid. Back when it first started off with Super Nintendo, with Sega Genesis, stuff like that. I've always been really into games. Games have always been there for me throughout the hardest parts of my life. They've really what's helped me just, escape, if only for a little while. Help you out with the stress. And games are good for that. They really are. So, that was my thing. And, I was watching YouTube a while back. Because me and my buddies, we all love to just sit around, goof off and play games, just talk a lot of smack. I don't know why I'm even trying to censor myself. I usually have got the mouth of a sailor. Sorry, I'll stop that. We usually just sit around, talk shit, and just play video games. Just have a good time. And I thought, I've always kind of mold the idea over in my head. I was always kind of molded over. Maybe I could do it, maybe I couldn't. But I got to watching all these people that I really care about doing it because, I'm now that I've started watching YouTube on a regular basis, I've grown to really be fans of Markiplier, Pewds, Jacksepticeye, and the Game Grumps. They're all my favorites. I love them to death. I mean, and I remember Markiplier made a video, maybe a month or two ago now, where he was talking about he'd just come back from a con or something, and he's saying, that do what you love. If there's something that you really love and you're really passionate about, you should pursue it, with reckless abandon. And I got to thinking, it's something that me and my friends do all the time. Why not, try to make something of it? And, so that's something I really want to try out. And I have to give out, out of all of them, I'm a big fan of all of them. But the two I have to say that I stay with the most and keep up with their videos the most by far has got to be Markiplier and the Grumps. Mark, just because he seems like such a genuinely good person. He is. He's an awesome guy. So I'm going to have to give a little shout out to them. And also to the Grumps. Because I don't know if anybody's ever thought about this before. But Aaron's done something really, really smart and innovative with this. Yeah, there are a lot of people who do Let's Plays without their camera. But Aaron's and Danny and all the rest of them, the Grumps themselves, they've taken Let's Plays to a whole nother level. They've taken this shit and made it damn near a corporation. I mean, I'm probably using the wrong word here, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. They've taken this stuff and made it really, really like, they've really put a lot of thought and effort into this shit. Where everybody else is just doing single Let's Plays with partnerships. Okay. Maybe I'm completely wrong on this. Maybe I'm just completely wrong and out of my gourd. But if everybody is pooling that money that they're making from their monetized views and their CPM, think about that. They've done something really amazing. Because if they are pooling it, even if they aren't pooling it, as a group, as a conglomeration of different Let's Playing YouTubers, they've really built something strong there. That's something that's going to last. I mean, yeah, I'm not to like hate on PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or nothing like that. No, not in the least. Those guys are going to be going for a good while too. I highly doubt they're going anywhere. You know, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. But just, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, you know, I really enjoy watching all of them's brand of comedy. And who knows, maybe if I'm good enough later on down the road, or if they even see this, fat piece of fucking luck that would be. You know, your lips to God's ears, Black Wolf. Maybe I'll join them one day if I get good enough. Maybe if I do this and get my Let's Play up and going, they'll see that and like, hey, that guy's pretty good. Or even if they just say that, I'd be like, fuck yeah! The Grumps said I was good. I must be damn sure on the right track. But hey, you know, like I said, I'm just thinking out loud this section. Maybe it'll come to pass, maybe it won't. But I'm going to keep at it. Can't nobody make me stop. All they can do is tell me no. They can't eat me or take my birthday. So, I'm going to keep at it. I keep at it. I'm in it to win it. And maybe my brand of comedy, and maybe, yeah, you know, I don't expect to be too damn good when I start out. No. Of course, I'll have a partner with me. Because mad props to Markiplier and PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye for being able to do solo Let's Plays. I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I gotta have somebody there with me. And the person who's going to be with me is also going to be my editor. Like I said, once again, I'm going to Kickstarter. I'm going to be hosting a Kickstarter once we can get him over here. You know, get all the stuff finalized with, you know, like with him. Like, once we get all the stuff finalized with him, the Kickstarter's going to be up and going in no time. And I'll leave the link in the descriptions with that one. But he's got a pretty decent following on Tumblr. Maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. His name's Merman. That's, you know, well, it's all capital, I think. It's all capitalized. M-E-R-M-A-N. I feel really embarrassed because I had to stop and think about how to spell Merman. Not my finest hour. But anyway, I just slapped something right into my eye, guys. Anyway, he's a really good buddy of mine. And I see I'm quickly approaching my 10-minute for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and say, that me and him are going to be doing, we both like to sit around and play games. Well, he likes to sit around and watch me. But we're both going to be sitting around, just talking, bullshitting. And maybe you guys will think it's funny. And maybe you'll want to see it. So whenever we get it up and going, well, I always say that. But whenever it gets closer to time, I'll be doing these vlogs in the meantime. And maybe until then, I wish all you guys a good afternoon. Alright, bye-bye.